Norman Chan from Test.com and Bradley Shoemaker from GiantBomb.com.
Hello.
Are you gentlemen ready to get civilized?
Let's civilize.
Well, no, we become civilized eventually. We start off.
We
it's a slow
are
process.
looking here at Sid Meier's Civilization 5. Just came out this week, and we are effectively showing you the effects of a Schedule 1 narcotic on a person's mind.
Controlled substance here.
I've been playing this game for a while. If I sound tired, it's because I was up really late last night playing another game of Civ 5.
So you don't really play it for fun anymore. It's just the process of playing it.
I can't not play it.
It's kind of just numbing. You need the fix.
I just need it. I just need it.
Just put it right into your vein.
I wish I could. Brad,
All right.
now you've never played a Civ game before,
No,
right?
I'm excited to see this because
Norm, what's your history like?
Civ 1 and 2, and then
Okay,
fell off after that.
So you're old school then. Well, as you see here, we're just going to start here at the top, man. You got your single player, you got your multiplayer. You got mods, which can include a number of different things. We're going to just go look at what's available. Actually, what I've installed so far.
oh, so there's like a mod management interface.
Yeah.
You don't have to just like make directories in your install.
No. In fact, you go here to the online repository to download them.
That's awesome.
And just be like, all right, what ones do I want? There's only like a handful of them on here right now, but this is launch day. This just came out.
How robust are the mods? Are they completely different games?
Some of these are just like maps.
Okay.
Like these top 3 are just maps. These top 4 are maps. This one creates like a different kind of city-state. City-state's one of the new concepts. We'll get into that. Just a preface for everyone. This is going to be a long video. I'm going to turn this one on. The simple clock, which they actually uploaded, Firaxis themselves uploaded as an example. And I think that it's a really necessary thing, because if there's one thing about Civilization, Civ 5 especially, it's really good at just eating up all your time without you knowing it.
So mods are a mix of like gameplay variations.
Yeah, there's gameplay
add-ons,
variants.
and
There's like different units that you can enable or disable.
Tiny death robots.
Tiny death. Well, because there's giant death robots.
Aha.
Are there new assets in the mods?
I don't know. I have not really cracked into the mods too much, so I'm just going to turn on this one because I want to give you guys kind of the raw here.
Yeah, let's see it.
So I think I have to do it from here, but as you can see in the single player menu options, there's Play Now, which is just, random leader, continent shaped map, small map, the chieftain difficulty, which is a little bit below the standard, and standard pacing, which is, I don't know, I think 8 hours, maybe
game.
more.
All right. Okay.
Maybe something like that.
Non-stop or 8 hours with breaks?
Non-stop.
Well, can you make it 8 hours?
I have gone longer.
All right, so real quick before you click through here.
Yeah.
I get home tonight, I've got this game installed, I get in there.
Sure.
Should I just click play now, or should I hit tutorial?
No, I don't think you need to hit tutorial. We'll get into the game and I'll show you why. This game has some very good kind of hand-holding here. So what you would do is go into setup game. First off, I'd choose a leader. Now, each of these leaders has different perks. Like, if you play as Washington, leader of the Americas, you've got this Manifest Destiny perk where all land military units have +1 sight, so they can see further 25% discount when purchasing tiles, which is important for expanding your empire. They also are the only ones that get the B-17, Minutemen, and I don't know what that is. Something. But there's all these different leaders.
Oh my god.
That you can choose
Very
from.
intimidating.
Wow.
All these leaders you can choose from, and
Civ,
each one has
Montezuma.
Montezuma.
Ramses.
Elizabeth,
Napoleon,
Napoleon,
Alexander-
Bismarck,
oh, man.
Alexander the Great, Gandhi. Yep.
Oh man.
Nobunaga.
Caesar. One of the Caesars.
Augustus Caesar, Catherine.
Great.
I'm ready to play Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Some guy from Siam.
Yeah. No, they've got
Man.
any preferences here from the. You know what?
Historical
We're gonna go.
Partial to Napoleon.
I've played too much as Napoleon lately.
Right.
I'm gonna play.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not?
Is there one that
Yeah.
you prefer? Just
I've been playing a lot as Washington.
Okay. It's the first one on the list.
I've played a fair amount as Napoleon as well. Napoleon's good because it's some of this, like he's got the 2 unique military units, but he gets a little cultural advantage, and I tend to like to try and win through cultural domination, not necessarily military.
Before discovering steam power, does that mean you lose that advantage once you get to that point in the game?
That's right.
Ooh.
So
there are a lot of perks, and there are a lot of things that you'll get in this game that are time limited, that are not permanent.
A lot of checks and balances in here.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of moving parts in this game.
Oh man.
this is the point of the game where I look at it and go, oh, it's already too complicated.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little worried.
Already, like, I'm never gonna be able to master this.
Okay, you will never master this.
Okay.
People,
so you just
people
gotta
play
jump
these
in.
games. People play these games for thousands of hours and never master it. So here's just a few map types
man.
to go with.
Play on Pangea. What the hell?
You play in Pangea.
Oh,
You
this is
play
crazy.
Archipelagio, or just straight up Earth. Just
Earth.
how Earth looks. We'll just do random. We'll mix it up. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll go 6 players, 12 cities, 8 players with 12 city-states. We're going to go tiny. And Chieftain's a little easy. I'm going to go Warlord, which is just easy. And we will do a quick pace. Now, this basically just determines how quickly you are producing technology and also how fast time is progressing from turn to turn. As you can see, you can also just randomize everything. Just be like, I don't know, I don't care, go.
So that pace, does that literally control how many turns it takes to do something?
Yeah.
Like, it only takes 10 turns to research this instead of 50?
That's right. That's right.
And with all Civ games, the game ends at a certain point of
2050.
civilization. Right.
2050, it ends and it appraises like, okay, based on your stats, you won, or there are certain goals that you can hit before 2050. Which it's good to talk about here because we're not going to reach that in this video. And you get a little voiced kind of preface here of your leader and your empire.
No Leonard Nimoy in this game, right?
No.
Oh.
All right, 25% production bonus towards any building that already exists in the capital. Okay, so if you build in the capital first, when you go and build some building in another city, it happens faster.
I don't.
One step at a time.
As StarCraft players, you want to maximize your advantage, but there's so many stats that you don't know what to do. I guess just play.
You have to play by feel. You have to play by feel.
Oh my god.
So
much.
So okay, so this is I'm about to break you off something. These are your settlers.
Okay.
You need these guys to make your first city.
All right.
These are your warriors. These guys protect your first city, though I also like to use them to do.
Oh, so this is already the game screen.
Some initial exploration here.
Smooth.
Now, as you can see, I can get pretty deep in here. I like to be now. I'm going to turn this on. Don't let this freak you out.
X's.
X's. No. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm also going to turn, and I'm also going to turn this on. So
it's the Matrix.
There are. You see, and I'll turn this on just to make some stuff clearer. You can see here's the Hex Grid, right? Can you see that?
Yeah.
You see on each of these there are units. These are apples. This is gold. This is the hammer, and these basically how much food you can currently tap into from this space, how much gold you can draw out of it, and how much basically production energy you can draw out of it. And you also see these little things. These are special resources. Like over here, if we get up here, you'll see there's this little school of fish, and you see the seagulls. You see this here. It says there's fish there. So if you can send out fishing boats, you can get the fish from there. Here, there's some sugar cane. What's over here? Here's some marble. That's actually not a bad place to be near.
So if you don't toggle on these icons, how else would you know that these resources are there?
You would not necessarily.
Just have to explore.
Yeah, again, it's not super critical when you're first starting out. Just build, and you also get a lot of help from your advisors.
Yes.
It's not like anybody's going to come along and conquer you in the next 5 turns.
No,
right?
no.
Okay.
It doesn't. It never moves that fast. Everyone else is too busy. I'm going to go ahead and build there. So here's there's my city. There's my dudes.
Does it behoove you to build on the water line? Would you always
it does.
want
I tend to build coastally. Now, keep in mind, when you build coastally, you're also opening yourself up
to naval attack.
To naval attacks, potentially. But also, it means that you can build naval units more readily.
Okay.
Which you couldn't do if you were landlocked.
Do you have to worry about stuff like supply lines between cities?
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Well, I wouldn't say worry. They're factors.
Yeah. I mean, they come into play.
Also, as you can see, this is actually a sweet spot right here because I've got this river behind me and the ocean in front of me.
Yeah, and a little.
You can get little bonuses. You can tap
right
into this by building water wheels for increased production in your city. So each city has. We'll click on here just to show you. Each city has a number of stats. You got how much food they produce, which determines how fast your city grows. How much production they have, which determines how fast they can do stuff like build units, build buildings, things like that. Gold, obviously, you're buying stuff. Science is used for researching new technology, and then culture is for cultural stuff. And these are unique to each city. So one thing you always have to do on each turn, or not on each turn, but at regular intervals, is decide what you're going to be spending that city's production energy on. So as you can see, I've only got a few options here at the beginning. I'm going to choose worker, even though it's 12 turns, because workers are key. Workers can build improvements on all of the squares that your city owns that are outside of your actual city hex, because your city actually never grows any bigger than that little this little bit right here. But like all of this becomes part of the city and contributes towards all these stats here. So worker, built, and then your entire civilization has research, which is what that your science stats all play towards.
Are these the same for every culture and leader and stuff, or is this all determined by which guy you picked?
Well, here I'll blow your freaking mind here.
Jeez Louise.
Here you go. Here's the tech tree.
Man.
Yeah.
Merge
Oh wait, hold
and
on.
split apart.
Yeah.
Future tech.
Oh,
Is that where the robots are?
Yeah.
lot of
Nanotech,
science.
nuclear
Man.
fusion,
Particle physics. Jeez.
Isn't it all future tech at this point?
At a certain point, yeah. But this is it's not even.
It's like
I
four
think
steps away from
that's
computers.
how you win with technology, is once you get to that point.
But so does every culture and every leader start from that agricultural point right there, though?
Yep.
Everybody's got the potential to get anything.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. It's just a matter of where you choose to spend your energy. How you are. Well, I don't want to freak you guys out with too much.
Choose a
too much
research
deep stuff. I'm
line.
going to do. And now, here's a cool thing, and this is something that's helpful for new players with Civ 5 specifically. You're going to see these little gems next to lots of stuff that you're choosing. You see this little red gem, this little yellow gem.
Right.
These are associated with your different advisors. Now you can actually pull up your. So where are my advisors? So I've got my economic advisor, military advisor, science advisor, foreign advisor, and they'll basically they have these these icons that are associated with them. So whenever you see yellow, that's an economic suggestion. Red for military, so on and so forth. And you can also pull this screen up at any time if you're just like, what should I be doing? Am I screwing this up? Am I going in the wrong direction? If you just follow them to the letter, I don't think you can actually win a game.
Okay, that was kind of my concern was, is it basically playing the game for you if you just do everything they say?
No, but it's giving you... It's good suggestions. Basically, if you find yourself at a point where, all four are suggesting one thing, maybe not a bad idea to listen.
So it's more
here you
like
make
a
a decision.
guideline.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to choose mining because I've got all of this marble right next to me. Oh, that's true. Actually, you'll see these little tooltips down in the lower right corner that'll appear whenever I hover over a hex. It'll tell you what's there if you don't want to have all that stuff junking
It's
up your
more
screen.
exploration.
Yeah, it's a little cleaner. I like all of the junk on my screen though. So, all right, we're gonna keep my warriors moving around. All right, we met our first city-state, Sidon. So city-states are separate from the civilizations. They're just one city on its own, and they can be trade allies. They can be military allies. And these ones I am going to take over, actually.
Do you have the strength of arms to do that?
Probably not.
At this early stage? Or are you saying far in the future you will take them over?
Well, they have all these diamonds. They have gems.
Or are you going to try to take them right now?
It's too early. I don't want to take that risk just yet.
How strong is your military force? I mean,
This is it.
you have 12 guys.
Exactly. So I'm not going to...
Oh, barbarians?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go mess with these barbarians, though.
Are they part of a different civilization, or they belong to that city-state?
No, barbarians are separate. They are uncivilized.
They're free agents?
No. They are to be crushed.
But I mean, they're not part of the civilization.
No, not at all. But they are antagonistic to everyone. There is no negotiating with them.
Okay,
there
so
is no diplomacy.
They're creeps, basically.
Yeah, they're a bunch of jerks. A bunch of eggheads.
But I mean, they're like fodder to level off of, is what I mean.
Oh yeah, basically.
I see you're getting some experience.
I am. So the units can level up. You can get specialties for individual units. There's all sorts of bonuses and perks for
You mean
for
individual
battle.
groups of units? Or
Well, I consider this is a unit.
Okay. Can you replenish that? It looks like
Yeah.
they took
It's,
some
I can hit this fortify unit, and so he'll basically hunker down and not do anything until he's ready. Now, if you see here, when I go into attack, well, he's not going to let me attack right now because he's pooped, but I'm going to fortify. We'll look at that the next turn. Next turn.
Oh man, they're spawning.
That's right. That's what they do.
Spontaneous
Rome
generation.
has grown. I've got 2 citizens. Or 2 citizen units. All right. Still nothing doing. I'm still grinding away on my worker here, so... I have now researched mining.
For each turn, is there like a series of actions that you do per turn that you checklist?
Basically, if you have units that aren't already on some sort of automated task or don't already have a specific objective, you have to point them in a direction. Things like the research and the production for each, or the research for your civilization or the production for each city. That stuff doesn't necessarily happen every turn, but it is something to keep your eye on. I don't really like archery, sailing. Yes, pottery. Take it.
So now you've chosen a different research path.
Next
2
turn.
at once.
Well, the thing is that you don't want to go purely in one. Like there is an interdependence of all of your research paths. Like you can't really just go one direction because you will dead end yourself eventually. And there's all this other stuff going on up here that I won't worry you guys about yet, but these are all key factors. This is how much gold I have, how much gold I'm making per turn. This is my overall happiness, which there's a bunch of stats that determine happiness. And then there's... I'm making my way towards a golden age, which golden ages kind of boost up your happiness and gold production.
So much macro.
Oh yeah, this is pure macro. Like you can get down there and kind of start micromanaging certain aspects of it. Like if you want to get real rowdy. Let's see here. No, that's just changing production. Where is it? See, I don't get deep in here that much. Okay, here we go. Citizen allocation focus. Like right now, it's just evenly spread out amongst all of these things. I could say no. Just spend all of your focus in this city on food production or.
Does that mean you'll build citizens faster?
Gold production. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But right now, it's like, well, I kind of want to have like, if I do food production, it's going to be at the sacrifice of all of these other things. So currently, I just like to keep it simple. It's one of those things. All that stuff is there, right? But you don't necessarily need to get into it.
Okay.
All right, so part of the culture here, you can see I've got a little culture meter here where I've hit 10. And at this point, I can now adopt a new social policy. And basically that number resets and grows bigger with each one of these that I adopt. And so I have to kind of earn more, like exponentially more culture to get to each new social policy. I like to start with liberty because this speeds up the training of settlers by 50%, which is good. Because early on, you definitely want to make settlers pretty quickly. After these workers are done, in fact, that's probably what I'm going to do, is make some settlers.
Was there an either-or relationship between those top and bottom lines there? Like I saw that you couldn't have liberty and autocracy at the same time.
Yeah, there are a few... Where do those go? Social policies. There are a few of these that are either or. Like,
okay.
No, let's see, which one is it? Yeah, you can't have, like, rationalism and piety.
Right,
you can't have those two at the same time.
Right.
So, like, if you start down one path, it locks out the other.
You can never go back?
I believe not.
Okay.
I've never thought to.
Can't become irrational.
So here's something that's also kind of cool, just for simplifying the combat sum. Oh damn! Again, next turn, I guess. We'll go with animal husbandry. Yeah,
I have some information that may be of use.
These guys talk a lot. So when I go to attack these guys, you see here on the lower left, it's basically telling you like roughly what's going to happen. Like here's your strength rating, there's their strength rating. You know, I've got a 40% bonus against barbarians. They get a 25% bonus based on their terrain because they're in the forest. As you can see, like I'll come out a little bit ahead. And I hate barbarians, so I'm willing to take that risk.
Oh.
Pretty close. All right. Now you can...
Oh man, achievements.
Oh, look at these achievements.
I think those just got added in, right? With retail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all my time I've been spending on this has been a pre-release version.
Right.
So, here are my workers. I can send them to anywhere that is within my domain here to start improving on the land.
Okay.
They can also build roads between cities, which are important for traveling quickly from one city to the next in your empire. Because as you saw, there's like a restriction of movement on all of your units per turn.
Per turn, yeah.
The roads strip that out significantly. And that's something that as you progress, like as you go through new tech and like once you get railroads, suddenly your roads are way more effective and way faster. Things of that nature. So you can micro like crazy here. You know, I can send these guys over here and tell them to do all sorts of stuff, but what I prefer to do, yeah, we're going to do a settler next.
Yeah, I really hope you have like a save.
So you can see here's my build options. I can build a farm. I can chop down the forest. I can't do these things yet because I don't have the tech for them, but I can at some point do that stuff. What I prefer to do under this option, there's just an automated build improvements. Hit that, let them go.
And they just know what to do?
And yeah, it's you know, they kind of just go for whatever the recommended thing is from an advisor, basically. So here you go. My unit got promoted. Now I can either heal instantly, I can make them better in rough terrain, or make them better in open terrain.
Those are like promotion bonuses, basically?
Exactly,
okay.
Yeah. So like each time you rank up, you can choose stuff like this. And as you rank up, you get more and more crazy options. Like the things you can do with your new units expands significantly. I don't think I need to heal instantly. And we're in rough terrain. And there's a lot of rough terrain around, so I'm going to choose that.
And then kill.
And then decisive victory. F you guys. Oh, yeah. Yeah!
Oh.
Take it!
Down to one guy.
Have some information that may be
He will breed more himself.
He will. That's what warriors do. Alright, next turn. Always with the next turn. I also really want to give Firaxis props for, as much as is going on in this game, this is a really clean interface.
Yeah, it looks nice. It looks approachable.
Yeah, like they don't dump everything in your face.
Yeah.
Like it's all still there. They just don't like say, look at it all at once. All right, so now I can go and construct pastures with cows and sheep. Important stuff for a young empire such as mine.
And also quote some Bible verses at you.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of really good written text in here for each of those, for your research paths as you go.
So those workers went from the west to the east.
Yeah, they are currently chopping down a forest.
So they move around and do stuff.
Oh yeah, they will go on their own anyway. So it's not just like you put them on one hex and they just work that how they should. You set them loose. You don't really have to worry about them. Now I'm sure that there's like if you want to get like real raw about your efficiency, you can micromanage the hell out of it if you want to. I just never feel the need.
And you can build more settlers to occupy more spaces at once.
Yes, well that's what I'm doing right now. I'm building more settlers, and we're gonna put them out somewhere else here. So, horses over there. I want those horses. All right, next tech. You're saying bronze. Why do you say bronze? Chop jungle spearman. What do I get here? Oh yeah, we haven't even gotten into these.
Oh, dude, you could build colossi in this.
No, you can build the Colossus.
Oh, you only get one, but you do go for the range upgrade, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
we haven't gotten to any of the monument stuff. Like you can build the pyramids, and it's one of those things where there's kind of a race because if any other civilization builds that,
that's it.
It's locked out.
Wait a minute. Even Rome can build the pyramids?
Anyone can build the pyramids.
That's
it's
weird.
The concept of the
That's
pyramids.
strange to me.
I could build, all sorts of. I could build Stonehenge.
I don't know how I feel about this mixing and matching of like.
I'm also
iconography.
Augustus Caesar that lives for 6,000 years.
I mean,
so,
that's pretty weird, yeah. But
Caesar's just the title.
And then there's other weird stuff like if you. Okay, this is not like a realistic.
No, I get that. I guess what's confusing to me is like, what do the pyramids signify to like your tech tree?
Let's see here.
Bonuses, right?
They increase your culture by 1, and they give you 1 great engineer point.
Okay, so when you break it down by numbers, that makes more sense.
It's all they're all just proxies for modifying your stuff.
But
that's all they are.
But does that also mean you have pyramids in your map?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is. It gets, dude, especially when you hit the modern age, I think it's real weird. Like, the anachronisms in this game are kind of defining
ferocious,
for Civ.
right? I mean, this is what year is it right now?
This is
3000 BC,
3100 BC.
Okay, right.
And by the time I hit the 1800s, or by the time I hit the 1900s, you will have like spearmen fighting B-52 bombers, like crazy shit like that happens. Like it gets real weird with the anachronisms. And there's stuff like these horses, right? This is a static, permanent resource on this map. The horses are there forever. There are always horses on that square, so you can always tap into the horse resource.
All right.
So like it's kind of weird with some of the stuff that's intrinsic to the land. So if you start poking at it, it gets weird. What do you guys think I should build?
Go with the bronze. It's recommended by 2 of your advisors.
That's true, but I don't want that. Sailing might not be bad.
So you're saying the advisors are wrong?
I'm just saying, personal preference. Like, what stuff do I consider priorities? I know that, by going for fishing.
Oh, the wheel.
Oh, you know what? Trapping. Because there's some stuff that's more significant, like earlier on. Like trapping is a pretty big one for me. Because it's easy for you to take advantage of the wilderness around your city early on with things like trapping. So that's kind of how I do. All right, next turn.
Like in the original Civ, is there like a palace that you see grow?
Boom! I am the most literate person. Oh, you see the cities grow.
Just cities, okay.
Like the actual cities, like the look of the cities,
right?
Not only grow as like your population grows. You see, this is bigger than when we started. It actually changes as you hit different time periods. Like you actually hit like you're in the classical era, medieval era, Renaissance era, modern era. All of these things happen when you hit kind of certain milestones within your civilization's development. So not everyone's in the classical age at the same time. It's just a matter of when is it the classical age for your civ.
Which is how you end up with spearmen and bombers, right?
Exactly, because everyone's got different priorities. Everyone's developing things at a different pace. All right, I am going to be a little risky here. Now again, they're giving you recs. You can see these little gold spots. They say you should build new cities in these spots. These are good places to build new cities.
In the middle of the woods.
Now I'm curious as to why they think that is.
Yeah, why would you put a city in the woods?
Let's drag our warriors. Yeah, I mean, for an early civilization, a lot of wood. That's actually not a bad reason, because you can build lumber mills. You can really tap into that stuff. Although, you know what? I kind of want to take it this way. I want to see what's up here.
They clear-cut that forest over there, didn't they?
I want to
turn it into farmland?
A little dangerously.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, they chopped down this forest and turned it into farmland.
Now, you can only do things like that within that sphere of influence there?
Yes, I can only touch stuff like this, and this grows as my population grows.
Oh, okay, so that does get bigger. Okay.
So that's linked into my my food, because my food determines how quickly I grow. I can also just straight up, like with my money, you see I've accrued some cash here. I'll actually show this point because this is good. We'll click on Rome. I can buy a tile here.
Okay.
And then any of these tiles I can just choose to purchase straight up.
It'll be part of your
So
influence.
I don't even have to wait for my city to grow to that size. I can just snatch it up, which is great when you have close borders with other civs. So I'm actually going to snatch this one up because it's got.
You want the horses.
I want the horsies. So that's mine now. So my sphere of influence has increased. You can also just straight up buy units too. So I can just be like, purchase any of this stuff, whatever I can afford. Choose production.
Now, second cities don't have to connect to your first city.
They don't, but they benefit greatly from doing so. They want me to do a scout. I'm really not a big fan of the scouts. I don't like to. If you meet too many people too early on, I feel like you get yourself into some trouble pretty easily in Civ. So.
You can.
Is there a concept of a national border?
I mean, that's it.
That's your border.
That's your border.
So all that land outside that is just unclaimed.
That's just land.
It's just wild.
Yep. That is the hard border. And if another civ wants to cross into this, either we have to make like a trade agreement, or we go to war.
They invade.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up with that city-state up there?
They're just chilling.
Not growing.
Let's see. We could talk. See here. They are neutral to us.
You want to head up there and pick up some of that ice?
Not yet. This one unit is not going to be able to take them down. I can
So
tell
they
you
have
that
they have
much.
a standing army in there.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Whoa, God.
Oh, I just ran into Consul Darius I of Persia. So you get these little things anytime you first meet another civ, and then you can also, whenever you have any sort of interactions with them, this thing will pop up. And,
I don't like the look of their gods.
and it's unique to each one.
The gilded calf.
So here's all the stuff we can do. We could just straight up say like, dude, it's on. We're going to
Shiny
declare war.
red.
Or we could go and just go do some trading now. We can trade gold. We can trade number of gold per turn.
Is he
There's
strong
a bunch
on
of
you?
stuff that's a lot of this diplomacy that's locked out to us because we're still too early on. But we could do stuff like say, hey, let's have open borders, so we can both pass through each other's civilization without causing a ruckus, which could be good because sometimes there's trade route issues. Sometimes you want to go and mess up another dude, and you got to go through them, and they're the fastest route. And sometimes you just do it because you want to get closer to them before you stick them.
It's devious.
Oh yeah,
Do you
I've had the AI do that to me.
They'll just cancel a treaty in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, you'll be like, hey, let's have open borders, and then they'll amass all of their naval units and say, you know, we decided that we don't like you, so here come the boats. You could do research agreements where basically you can trade random tech that you already have. So I'll get some random piece of tech from him, he'll get a random piece of tech from me. Good way to kind of boost up your science stuff. You can choose to make war or declare peace with others. You can make secret treaties with leaders. I don't really do so much of the diplomacy.
Sounds right for multiplayer.
I'm not a super diplomatic dude. And this is a little dangerous because I'm doing some exploring with my settlers, but I am just... you're... Okay. You're those guys. Ooh, an oasis.
That was Persia. That guy you were talking to. He was a representative of a civilization.
That's right. That's because I ran into these Persian Scouts.
Okay, I mean,
and that triggered it.
The distinction I'm wondering about is like you've got the city-state over there, which is like a small-time thing.
Yeah.
But Persia is as big a civ as you, right?
They are a full-blown civilization.
Okay.
That's correct.
Do you have like, is there just a real basic like meter that describes your relationship? Like this is how friendly you are with these guys?
Oh yeah, absolutely. With these guys, it's pretty clear.
Neutral.
Just neutral.
Got it.
You can go up or down. I can just give them gold and it'll improve it. I can gift them one of my units.
So you can see at a glance how your relations are with.
Yeah, and I can actually pull up the diplomacy thing here,
Aha.
and you can just see.
Oh wow, okay.
Like where they're at, and if you have any sort of a relationship, what it's like. Like right now, we just know each other, so not a lot to talk about.
If say you were to come under attack and your relations with Persia were very good,
they would back you up.
They totally come to your defense.
They will totally back you up.
That's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna go here. I actually like having the mountains to my back. This is a good defensive position to have. And also, there's whales over here, which people like to eat whales. So,
They make jackets.
so I'm not gonna. And they they auto name, but you can totally go in and mess with that stuff.
Turn that into Sheboygan or...
Sailing is important. I tend to be very seafaring, and workers are important also. Next turn. So he's kind of talking some shit.
Yeah, what a jerk.
He's kind of talking some yang here, so he's basically saying like, hey, your shit's weak.
Sir, you're wearing
Look
no
out.
pants.
Look out. So I say, yeah, nice flip-flops, dude.
Can't tell if that's a threat.
Why don't you
or
go braid your beard some more?
Is that just a suggestion, or is he threatening you?
It's kind of both. It gets more threatening. This is not him being out and out like, hey, I'm going to come jack your stuff.
Right.
This is also kind of the game's way of being like, hey, maybe you're kind of militaristically weak right now and could use some better army.
Man, 400
Which is always
years
my. I mean,
passed.
and I'm just going to say this right now. That's my fault. I'm not. I don't play Civ very militaristically.
What are the? I mean, so there must be pillars here. Like, there's military. There's what? Culture.
Military, culture, economic, science.
Okay.
So with science, let's see here. With culture, basically, there's a. We'll pull up this thing. There's this Utopia project. If you can build 5 full branches of these social policies, then you can build the Utopia project, which automatic cultural victory.
So I mean, you basically have built the perfect society.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
that point.
yeah, exactly. If you're able to have enough culture, because you're getting culture every turn, so you have to make decisions when you're building these cities of like, okay, I'm going to build this building in my city that creates more culture.
So if you achieve that cultural victory, is that the end of the game?
Yeah, you win.
That's just, you're done?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's the kind of game I want never to end.
Yeah, I would almost be kind of bummed that I couldn't play anymore.
Well, that's when you turn on long.
Oh, man. Is it just the pacing that's different between like quick game and long game?
Yeah, and I mean, and when you say pacing, it's just a matter of like how fast.
Like how many turns it takes to do things and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I guess I would assume
I miscalculated that.
Yeah, that was. Well, you were fighting uphill. They did have the advantage.
And my guys weren't totally ready either. They weren't completely rested up.
So I guess a slower pace gives you more room to breathe and kind of stretch out your legs.
I guess you can make a little more mistakes when you're doing on a longer timeline.
Right.
For sure. But the same basic logic applies. All right, choose some research. Let's see here. Archery, no interest. Calendar, plantations are good. Library, it's too early for science stuff. I kind of feel like there's some basic stuff that you have to get out the way early on in this game. Like your ag stuff, I think you really got to hit your ag stuff hard early on to make the most of it. But it's
an enemy draws near.
Yeah, these guys are getting up on my grill. I'm gonna have to build I'm gonna have to pay for a warrior here real quick, like.
Otherwise, would you need like some kind of barracks or?
Well, you can build barracks, but those just improve the quality of the the soldiers that you put out. There are other structures and like more tech. It's actually a lot more tech related.
But you can get soldiers just out of your basic city.
Yeah, like I've got warrior by default.
Okay.
And warrior is, like I said, is fairly weak early game military unit. It's the most basic thing there is.
So every 5 turns, you get a new warrior.
If you set it up to just go warrior every time, sure, right. But you don't want that many warriors. And I don't want to wait 5 turns for a warrior, so I'm gonna buy a warrior. 140, I can afford that. All right, he's out of moves. Choose my production. Let's see. I've got 2 workers going. I could use a 3rd.
Yeah, screw scouting.
Oop. Actually, yeah, I could use a scout. That's actually a good call. Thank you, Norm. Thank you, advisors. I do have a bad habit of ignoring the hell out of the advisors until it's too late. Ooh. Now, this is a cool new feature, is that cities can actually bombard enemies with a little bit of range, even without any sort of like soldiers there. So it's inherent to the cities, which is nice, because...
How convenient.
10-mile arrow.
Yeah.
Bombardment.
Well, don't try and talk about scale in this game. You'll go nuts. I'm just going to run up on them here and let them come.
Oh man, they are in your stuff officially.
I know. Well, not for long.
Oh man.
Just destroying these brutes.
It's dominated here now.
What's up?
Damn.
What's up?
So what's going on with the horses over here?
They're just hanging out.
Something got built there though.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's finished or not. My workers might have gotten distracted. All right, scouts are up. Let's go this way. We actually haven't gone to the west at all. And you can see the scouts, not great fighters, but great range. So
yeah, capes.
Yeah, and capes, of course. Cloaks.
Can any unit found a city? Could those scouts found a city?
No,
or
settlers are the only ones that can find a city.
Okay.
Or found a city. All right, I didn't do scout last turn, but again, 2 advisors say it. I am going to at least consider it. More sheep. More sheep. You know what? We're just going to heal you guys and on to the next turn. All right. Darius wants to do open borders. I'm going to accept. What do you guys think?
Well, sure.
It's early enough.
How the tables have turned, Darius.
I mean, if he wants to come step to me,
His
he's free too.
obviously his estimation of you has improved.
Now, you guys are seeing kind of how the passage of time is here. We've gone 32 turns, and it's been about 2,000 years.
32 turns already? Wow.
Yes.
Didn't seem like it.
Time. Yeah. Yep. That's the magic of civilization, my friend.
Does it require you to do something with every unit every turn?
No, you could totally spacebar to just like say skip this unit this turn.
But it will remind you.
But yeah, then the next turn you can also do stuff. You can actually set them up to like in this case, I've garrisoned the unit in the city, which actually boosts up like the defensive stats on Rome. Here,
That was those warriors.
Yeah,
those
I put those warriors. Okay. So like any military unit, you can do that with.
Oh, looks like it's not an island.
We'll do the wheel because I need a road.
Some other continent right there. That's a choke point.
Yeah, that's interesting. Next turn.
Oh.
What's that? Okay.
He called you a great one.
Are those stones?
These are barbarian warriors, so I'm going to run away!
What are they standing among there? Is this like stones?
Let's see here. That is...
Like granite or something?
Silk.
It's silk?
Silk.
What?
Big
Silk.
things of silk.
Oh, like bundles of silk?
No, I think like, you know,
worms?
Trees covered in silkworms.
Okay.
Naturally occurring silk. All right, I have to run away from
out of
these
there.
guys. And
So how many resources are like, you know, I'm coming from StarCraft here. I know.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch
minerals
of
and
different kinds
Vespine.
of resources, but they kind of fall into like there's a lot of luxury goods basically, and
Okay.
you'll find that
So
a
silk.
certain city just on a whim will say we want silk.
Okay, but
So
that's,
if you
that's
have-
a non-essential though.
Right.
Okay.
It's not like I need silk. There are things that you like. I need this resource. Like I need iron resources if I'm going to build this unit or something
Okay.
like that.
So there's like kind of a hierarchy of resources,
Absolutely.
like the
Most
gold,
important being wood and
wood and gold and food and stuff like that.
Well, those aren't even I mean, those are. I mean, I guess technically those are resources, but those aren't resources in the same
gold. It's its own
quite
category.
way. Like
and
these,
food, it's
like
its own.
like silk and fish and whales.
Commodities.
Yes, commodities. Thank you. Actually, I'll turn off yield just so you can see the resource here.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, there's some whales.
Oh wow! So all right.
Well, you know, for blubber, for
Yeah,
all sorts of stuff.
yeah, sure.
So all these luxury goods tend to be like wheat is just +1 for food.
Okay.
Sugar is a luxury good, so you get happiness out of that. Horses are used for mounted units, so you need those if you're going to build like a horseman, some sort of unit that's on a freaking horse. Fish are food. Whales luxury. I imagine silk. Yeah, silk's luxury, but you also get some money out of it because it's a trade good. So like,
Fish
each
are
of these kind of
friends,
has unique qualities to them. Sheep are just food, so on and so forth. Next turn. Oh, I didn't get my soul. My damn warriors out of here. I'm gonna go fight those guys. I have no patience. And this is also another cool thing. Is so I'm basically when I'm selecting these units, I'm right-clicking, and you're getting this little blue ring here, and that's as far as a dude can go in one turn. But then I can actually set them on like a multi-turn path, so I don't have to like manage them every single time. I can say like, dude, go this way. And if I don't like that path, I can say cancel that, and we'll talk next mission.
Oh man, the hordes are gathering
So they are.
at your gates.
I might have
If you have
to.
a mountain
I might have
protecting your
to.
path.
Flanking them.
With scouts.
Yeah, that's not ideal, but that's what I got right now. You know what?
Hobbits could do it.
Oh, let's see here. I guess I'll build a warrior. We could use a little more help here. Build some improvements. Next turn.
Wait, did you just build a warrior or buy a warrior?
I just started building a warrior.
Okay, so it's like 5 turns, right? Until
Yeah.
you get one of those.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Except
scouts are
that-
falling.
Your scouts just
Kind of owning him though.
kind of did the job there, yeah.
Yeah. I hope he stays alive.
No,
I'm actually gonna run away from him.
Did they get like a combat bonus by coming up behind them? It seemed like
I don't know if it was from behind, but
Or-
they might have gotten it from being in the forest.
terrain bonus. Okay.
There's there are lots of kind of terrain bonuses and situational things to be aware of. Yeah, I'm just gonna run up this way.
So you can never walk on top of those mountains.
No, you
unwalkable
can't go up
terrain.
these mountains are a good piece of choke point. Although you might be able to. No, you can't tap into these. But like hills are good sources of production value.
Also, combat advantage, right?
Stop chasing me.
Ooh.
The wheel's good. Build roads. Oh, let's see here. Writing, masonry, bronze working.
It's a good time to invent the wheel.
Remove jungle, colossus, barracks, spearmen. Yeah. Clear marsh, construct a quarry. Ooh. I'm gonna go with masonry, much to my advisor's chagrin. This guy's dead. He's dead. He doesn't even know it. So as you see, like, there's a number of turns here where I'm not like actively doing anything. I'm just like letting stuff play out, letting past decisions.
Wow.
Cash in. Got more workers.
I
More
want
working.
to settle another city.
So you notice how much the landscape has changed around here already.
Yeah.
Like I've already got this plantation for all this sugar cane. I've set up a corral for these horses, and I can use them for mounted units.
So all this development of the land you've done here continues to pay dividends, right? Like
Yes,
you
yes,
get
and
more stuff.
as your civilization expands and you get new tech, you can tap into this. Like eventually, you'll be able to reveal coal and oil and other resources that aren't apparent now. Like you could be sitting on a massive oil reserve right now and not even know it until you get to the tech to detect that stuff.
Ryan,
Yes.
Changing landscape.
I need you to end this quick look so I can go home and play this game.
You know what? It's probably not a bad time to do it. This has been a good first 40 minutes or so.
I have to play this.
45 minutes.
I am.
Ryan, do you have a save game of a late
It's
game?
a delight. No, unfortunately, I don't have anything here. The version I've been playing on is not compatible with this final retail code.
I
So
want to see some future tech.
that's unfortunate, but
What a game looks like at the very end.
it's
8 hours later.
pretty radically different. Also, as you can see here, this is a very, very small map. But
Oh, that's it.
Here,
This whole thing
kind
is
of
the
like
map.
how much I've taken.
I see. Okay.
I've discovered of this world, but this is teensy.
But there could be a lot more landmass under the clouds, right? Up there. Or is
Sure,
this-
yeah,
or is
there
it-
could
okay,
be. There
yeah.
could be totally more stuff up there.
Okay.
There could be more down here.
But you could as you say though, you could have a much larger map.
But I also want to stress that this is a short game on a small map.
Right.
For what you're seeing here.
That's manageable.
So this is Civilization 5.
Man.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
It is
It's pretty awesome.
very easy to, like, for as much as is going on, it's surprisingly easy to get into. It is a ton of fun, and it will ruin your life. So
That seems like the only real danger here. Like
gentlemen, enjoy your civilization.
I'm having visions of my Saturday morning here.
Oh, and it's
Going to turn into Saturday afternoon and then evening.
Yeah.
How about multiplayer?
I'll be curious to see.
Can we play against each other?
There is multiplayer. It exists.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna end this quick look
All
because this could go forever. It's a game you can play for thousands of hours, literally, and not learn everything. So there you go. There is just a brief taste of Civilization 5. Go buy it.